在那些日子，人要求死，決不得死；願意死，死卻遠避他們。
Machine intelligence is about the brain. Brain is about the knowledge. You can always make a machine to learn the knowledge, but it is difficult for machine to have a human heart.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
And with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
It's real.
Is implanted into the base of the neck, and all of your information, like where you're from, all your experiences, your emotion, who you know, are downloaded onto a DHF called Digital Human Frame. The DHF can then be transferred into one of our organically made sleeves of your choice, and you can basically have your conscious mind but in a different physical body.
100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. If you guys just follow me, all the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you're currently occupying into the sleeve of your choosing.
You guys want to add it right over there for us to
give you a little bit more information.
Awesome.
So this is our cortical stack device. It's a small device, like as I said before, that's implanted in the base of the neck. It's a small incision, and it records everything that you've ever experienced in your life, from when you were a child to now. And we store it in a file called DHF, which is a digital human frame. Everything that makes you you is on this device. Now, all that information can be transferred over from the sleeve that you're currently occupying into the sleeve of your choosing. Now, the sleeve of your choosing can be designed so if you like blue eyes instead of brown eyes, if you like those rock hard abs but don't want to go to the gym for them, if you want to be taller, if you'd like to be darker, all these things can be achieved here at Psychosec. If you'd like to follow me, continue our tour. Yeah, I know. And just around this corner here is our final re-sleeving process. Come on in.
It's real.
I was the richest man on several planets by the age of 74. The first time I died, I was 99. New technology transferred my consciousness to a new body. For 263 years, I sleeved into new bodies, living on in perfect health.
Sleeves typically last 1 to 100 years. We do different facial features, different body structures, anything you like. The sleeve can do any physical function that you can do, like run, eat, sleep, breathe, burn, drown, anything you can think of, the sleeve can do. So before we go on to phase 2, where we talk about different modifications, do we have any questions? We come out February 2nd, and we're based in San Francisco.
耶和華說：人既屬乎血氣，我的靈就不永遠住在他裏面。然而他的日子還可到120年。
Correct. Excellent. So you all just learned your cortical stack. Your consciousness can shift to any sleeve of your choice. Now we have some sample sleeves in the back. Or you can choose the sleeve that you are in right now. Now we have modifications, enhancements of these sleeves. If you'd like to correct your vision or strengthen your body, we can produce that for you. Or you can choose from a 2018 Cadillac that Psychosect already produced sleeves. You have the option to choose between a man or woman sleeve. If you'd like to be a bit taller, a bit shorter, a bit darker, or a bit lighter, you can choose any ethnicity as you wish. Now, if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, you can simply take your DHF, your consciousness, and shift it to another cortical stack of another sleeve of your choice. Now, you can think of these sleeves as luxury cars. Pick out your favorite make and model and take it for a spin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's many enhancements you can do to these sleeves. Gentlemen, many enhancements. Our final stage is a sleeve in storage. If you have a photograph or video camera, please don't forget to hashtag Psychosec. And if you're interested in this technology, releasing it February 2nd, 2018.
We have our presentation. This is Joel. He's one of our sleeves currently in storage. Please take lots of photos. If you post them, hashtag Psychosec. You may notice some moisture. That's an amniotic fluid that's being used to preserve his body while he's in storage. He has also attached a mask for nasal respiration, and the oral gastric tube is for nutrient delivery. Don't be shy. If you'd like to come close and feel, see the detail, you may. Just please be gentle so we don't bruise the body, but don't be shy. Please come close and feel.
Yeah, he's one good translation.
Don't be shy. Please come closer.
Is this a joke or April Fool's?
Reality. We come out February 2nd. And we also do modifications. So like men can be women, women can be men. We do different heights, sizes, ages, skin tones, hair texture, anything you like.
Can you explain that quickly one more time?
Yes. So here at Psychosect, we produce 100% organically made human sleeves. Here is an example of the two. So the whole point of this is to have your conscious mind but in a different physical body. Let's just say if your child gets hit by a car and dies, you'd be able to retrieve him back but in a different physical being.
That whole thing with the chip in the neck and the body, Kristen thought that was real.
Listen, I'm gullible. I was like fully like, this is ridiculous. This cannot be real.
No, it's
fully
not.
thought it was real.
That was an ad for a new Netflix series coming out. And they're like, what about my soul? What's gonna happen to my consciousness?
I fully thought it.
And they're like, what about my soul? What's gonna happen to my consciousness?
塵土仍歸於地，靈仍歸於賜靈的神。
Your body is not who you are. You shed it like a snake sheds its skin. You transfer the human consciousness between bodies to live for eternal life.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
Been provided with this body, which came equipped with military-grade neurochem and combat muscle memory.
Mr. Kovacs, I didn't ask you to bring me back into this world. All I ask of you is that you solve a murder. Whose? Mine.
This is the beginning.
Let you know what we do here in full details.
Last year at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk called artificial intelligence potentially, quote, our biggest existential threat.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
And with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
We are summoning the demon.
You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
We're about to see, for the first time ever, an explosion in human intelligence. I love this copy of Time magazine, plugging in the brain into the cloud. But that 2045 is not a right estimate. From the companies I'm seeing, Ray's estimate is by the early to mid 2030s. So imagine when you need additional memory capacity or 1,000 times more intelligence, you can sort of like spool it up like your phone does on the cloud today. But by the way, the early 2030s, oh my God, that's 20 years from now. So what's the world going to be looking like?
豈不知你們是神的殿，神的靈住在你們裏頭麼？若有人毀壞神的殿，神必要毀壞那人。因為神的殿是聖的，這殿就是你們。
Elon Musk wants to download your brain. He's the entrepreneur behind Tesla cars and SpaceX, of course, but he's troubled by where artificial intelligence is leading humanity. So he's trying to stay one step ahead with an idea to implant our brains with computer chips.
他是抵擋主，高抬自己，超過一切稱為神的和一切受人敬拜的，甚至坐在神的殿裏，自稱是神。
The question, what does it mean to be human, will no longer have an answer. But then again, maybe it never did.
Do you think it's important to actually know what it is to be human before we jump into AI or AGI and be very clear about that? And secondly, is there a difference between wisdom and intelligence? And can it be very dangerous to have intelligence without wisdom? Can AI have wisdom?
Intelligence has nothing to do with morality, and wisdom does. Intelligence is about how good you are at accomplishing a goal, how good you are at figuring out how to play chess, how to help people as efficiently as possible, or how to murder people as efficiently as possible.
Or how to murder people as efficiently as possible.
Or how to murder people as efficiently as possible. But wisdom involves morality. And as soon as you get to questions of morality, purpose, meaning, you get into this fascinating controversy, which I think tech nerds like myself are often quite guilty about running, screaming away from. Many of my colleagues just completely dismiss this as just fluff. It's not in the equations of physics, so shut up, And I just want to push back on that a little bit. And I feel subjective experience is the only logical foundation one can have for morality, purpose, meaning, and so on.
"你要保守你心，勝過保守一切。你要切切保守你心，因為一生的果效是由心發出。"
You don't believe all that data, when used with artificial intelligence, will create wisdom. You don't.
No. Wisdom is from heart. The machine intelligence is about the brain. Brain is about the knowledge. You can always make a machine to learn the knowledge, but it is difficult for machine to have a human heart.
人的靈是耶和華的燈，監察人的心腹。因為公義的神察驗人的心腸肺腑。
耶穌說：上帝的國來到，不是眼所能見的。人也不得說看啊在這裏，看啊在那裏，因為上帝的國就在你們心裏。
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
The experts warn they could be as deadly as nuclear weapons.
Just like in the famous Hollywood blockbuster Iron Man, the wearable robotic device.
In a few decades, romance between humans and robots will be a common thing.
Humans must merge with machinery in order to stay relevant in a world of increasingly advanced artificial intelligence. Speaking at the World Government Summit in Dubai, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO said humans are limited by the speed at which they transmit data. Musk proposed a high bandwidth connection to the human brain would allow us to transmit digital info faster than our current fastest method, typing. Musk says an artificial general intelligence has the potential to make humans irrelevant. He sees integration with technology as a necessary step in order to avoid this.
In the sci-fi film 2001: A Space Odyssey, Hollywood mined our fears of machines taking over mankind. But some of the tech world's greatest minds worry it may not be pure science fiction. At a speech last year at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk called artificial intelligence potentially, quote, our biggest existential threat.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
Famed physicist Stephen Hawking is also worried, as is Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who ironically helped lay the foundation for artificial intelligence, or AI. Experts say machines are still far from being as intelligent as humans, but things can change quickly.
The field is progressing very rapidly right now. There are things happening that 10 years ago we would have said, no, there's no way we're going to be that far along in 10 years' time.
Self-driving cars is one example, voice recognition another. But in the near term, what worries Russell and other AI experts are robotic weapons, machines that can function entirely without the guidance of humans, known as fully autonomous weapons.
設立詭計，邪惡兒戲的，被人恨惡。
But don't be fooled by robots. Even when they get warm skin and even when they get perfume and they start smelling like us and getting really interesting, they are still machines. They have no warm blood in them. There's no sex in them. They have no mortality. They're cold code lines.
But it's not just reading DNA. We can now write DNA. We can actually create novel life forms. You can design a life form on your computer, print out a string of DNA, put it into a blank cell, and have it boot up for life. And it's not just writing DNA. CRISPR-Cas9, and unless you buried your head in the sand, you probably have heard about CRISPR-Cas9, right? The ability to edit our own genomes. To have a disease and say, let's edit that away. Think about Word for your genome. Click, paste, repair.
有人製造耶和華所憎惡的偶像，或雕刻，或鑄造，就是工匠手所作的，在暗中設立，那人必受咒詛。唯恐你們敗壞自己，雕刻偶像，彷彿什麼男像、女像。
這不法的人來是照撒旦的運動行各樣的異能神蹟和一切虛假的奇事，並且在那沉淪的人身上行各樣出於不義的詭詐。
We are wondering what is happening to the world.
神只有一位，再沒有別的神。
Everything is changing.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
凡住在地上，並自從創世以來沒有記在被殺之羔羊生命冊上的人，都要拜他。 也把權柄賜給他，制服各族各民各方各國。
我看見獸的七頭中有一個似乎受了死傷，那死傷卻醫好了。全地的人都稀奇跟從那獸，又拜那龍，因為他將自己的權柄給了獸，也拜獸說：誰能比這獸？誰能與他交戰呢？
Artificial intelligence is software that writes itself. It writes its own updates. It renews itself. We normally tend to think of software as stuff that we created and that we wrote, and the machines do what we tell them to do, and we own it. This is not any longer true. It writes itself at speeds that we can hardly comprehend, and people who write it know that you can't take it apart again and figure out what it's done. It writes independently, autonomously. It develops its own way of thinking, and there are dangers associated with that.
It's like one way to think of it is imagine we were going to be visited. Imagine you're very confident that we were going to be visited by super intelligent aliens in, let's say, 10 years or 20 years at the most. Super intelligent.
So you think within 20 years we'll have alien in Earth?
Well, digital super intelligence will be like an alien.
It will be like an alien.
Yeah.
Are we immortal? It's coming, so get ready. When we picture our future lives, we tend to assume that we'll live to maybe 70 or 80, because that's how long people live today. But most of us in this room will live far beyond that, maybe even forever.
Maybe even forever.
Maybe even forever.
在那些日子，人要求死，決不得死；願意死，死卻遠避他們。
Centuries ago, mankind discovered a way to transfer consciousness into a new body, making death a mere inconvenience. Since then, we've been providing an unparalleled pedigree of human sleeves to only the most discerning clientele. Psychosec, live forever in the body you deserve.
In danger of living too many times, you forget to fear death.
若有人拜獸和獸像，在額上或在手上受了印記，這人也必喝神大怒的酒。他要在聖天使和羔羊面前，在火與硫磺之中受痛苦。他受痛苦的煙往上冒，直到永永遠遠。那些拜獸和獸像受他名之印記的，晝夜不得安寧。聖徒的忍耐就在此，他們是守神誡命和耶穌真道的。
让你日子，请宣扬我。